Alrighty, so we're going live on YouTube. We're live now. Yay. We're just waiting for the radio show to start up, the
1 minute
simulcast.
until showtime.
And there's 1 minute till the music starts, and we're simulcasting on Blog Talk Radio. Okay, so I thought I'd just pop on a little early. I see first name, last name in the chat. Hey, how you doing? It's been a little bit. Oh, the hearts are flying. Yeah, I'm going solo today, as you can see. So this is going to be interesting. It's been a while since I did a show by myself. Um, might be a really short show. I don't know. Because we haven't been doing live shows during the week and except Friday with Catherine. So I don't know if we'll even get any callers or anything. So we're gonna see what's going on here. Um, this is fun.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. Four, three, two, one. Blog Talk Radio.
Here we go. And good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever and whenever you may be listening to us across the entire globe. It's Psychic Talk. I'm Dax Carlisle, your host. And as you can see, well, if you're on the YouTube channel, you can see, forget about all of our radio simulcast folks out there that can't see, especially when I do air quotes, right? But I am by myself today. That's right. Gonna do live shows all week leading up to our 1000th episode. See, we have it timed out so that we hit 1000 episodes on Saturday. It's like, oh my God. 14 years of this, folks. 14 years. Hey, if you're listening on Blog Talk Radio, on one of the players somewhere, on blogtalkradio.com to the Psychic Talk Network, you can come over and see me and the cards and everything, like live here on YouTube. So we're Psychic Talk on YouTube as well. It's the @ sign Psychic Talk. So open a new tab in your browser and type in youtube.com/@ sign Psychic Talk, or type in Psychic Talk in the search box on YouTube. You'll see the YouTube live, click on that, and you'll see the chat on the right there. Of course, on the phone, I'm not sure. Is it below it? I think it's below it. But I don't use phones much. I'm old. I like my laptop. I like big screens. So anyway, jump in the chat with us. You can chat in there. Oh, Katrina's there. Katarina. I screwed that up yesterday too, and I just did it again. Katarina is in the chat as well. I don't know how many people we're going to get because we haven't been doing live shows Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Just Catherine's show on Friday, Compassionate Light. She'll be back this Friday, by the way. She had to postpone from last Friday, so I thought I'd mention that real quick. Um, we have Wisdom of the Soul on Mondays, but a lot of it's been pre-recorded. And I'm trying to get for 2024, get Janice to come on and do some lives, but she's very, very busy. She's a licensed clinical social worker, psychotherapist, as well as, into angels and everything like that, and the soul and wisdom of the soul. And actually, later today, I'm going to be posting a lot of her uh, previous shows, the best ones that I can find on the Wisdom of the Soul group on our new website, Psychic Cafe. So there's a group for her show. There's a group for every show. And you can go over to www.psychic.cafe. You see it down there, right there. Yeah. You can also buy me a cup of coffee / coffee, right? So go over there and you can join the website for free now. It's brand new. I mean, literally, it still has the, new website smell. I'm just kidding. Like the new car smell. Yeah, it still does. Yeah. And I have a lot of pages still to build. There's a lot of things to put on the new website still. But everything's functioning. It's like Facebook, there's instant messaging and you get your profile, right? And you can like other people's profiles and you can friend each other. You can instant message, private message. You can create groups. You can create events. Maybe you have an event coming up, a signing, or you're doing reading somewhere or something like that. That's what Psychic Cafe is all about. And it's the new community website for the Tarot Guild as well as Psychic Talk. And each show will have its own group. And you could just visit those groups and see the upcoming shows, past shows. Because we're just getting started, we don't have all the shows on there. In fact, I'm not putting every single show we ever did because that would be what we're coming up on 1,000 episodes of Psychic Talk. So that would be 1,000 videos to post. So I'm just going to post like, the last few shows, and any really cool shows, interviews, things that we've had from the past. I'm going to pop those up on psychic.cafe. So just go to the individual groups for, the Angelic View, Magic Universe, Tarot Today, these weekly shows that are just kind of generic Psychic Talk shows. We have a group just called Psychic Talk for that one. I think that's what it says. Actually, I'm going to go over to the website right now. While we're chatting here, why not check it out? It's called Psychic Talk Episodes. So you will find those in that group. I've got the show that I did yesterday with Michelle Metheny and Pamela Steele. Oh my God, that was fun. The three of us are a hoot. We should just do shows all the time together. So that one's on there as well as the one I did. Oh God, what would that be? Saturday. Yeah. So the one we did yesterday, Sunday, and so it was Saturday when it was just Michelle and I. That was Michelle Metheny's first time co-hosting on one of these shows. And she's one of our Tarot Guild lifetime members. And our lifetime members can come on the shows and promote their readings and products and everything like that, other services. So if you are a professional psychic advisor, tarot reader, astrologer, pet psychic. I know. I'm supposed to say animal communicator. They're pet psychics. I'm sorry. Anyway, we want you animal communicators on here as well. I mentioned astrology. Oh God, what else is there? Psychic mediumship. Wow. I always think of Rose Fullhorst and Vivian Aubin. Actually, there are past hosts from years back that used to on Tuesdays do a mediumship show. Guess what? They're joining us for the 1,000th episode this coming Saturday. Yes, we're going to have a lot of our past hosts, all of our current hosts, Tarot Guild staff members. Oh my God. So we're doing it on a Zoom like we always do these shows, but you're going to see very Zoom like with all of the cameras going. Yes, it's going to be a blowout show. Blowout show. This coming Saturday, mark your calendars. Same bat time, same bat channel, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. London. Oh, speaking of the UK, Suzanne Warnock's going to be here. Remember when we were doing Tarot Insider? Yes, my fabulous co-host. She's joining us from the UK on Saturday. Fingers crossed. Things can happen and sometimes people can't make it, but we're hoping that they all make it. So, if you want to hang out with me in the chat on YouTube, you can ask questions in there. When I say questions, most people think getting a mini reading, that's perfectly fine. If you want a message from the universe, just say, "Hey, Dax, can you pull a question, pull a card for me?" But if you have a specific question, type in one or two sentences, very specific what your question is, and I will get to them in the order you put them in the chat room. There's no list. There's no need to spam the chat room over and over again with your question. Just type it in once, and I'll go to the very top each time and come down. And in that tiny, tiny little print, trying to find your questions. Yes. But you can also call in the show 714-816-4628. Let's go over to the phone banks. Oh my gosh, we have some calls. All right. So we're going to be going to the phone lines in just a minute. 714-816-4628. It's also on my scroll right here. There's the call in number. So if I forget to say it again, just look at the scroll on YouTube. Yes. Call in, press one on your dial pad to let us know you want to be live on air. If you don't press one, which raises your little hand next to your phone number on the switchboard, by the way, yes, they actually put a graphic of a skinny white hand next to your phone number when you press one. Otherwise, we're going to assume you're just listening to the show. That's perfectly fine. You can call in 714-816-4628. Don't press one, just listen to the show. Sometimes you don't have an internet connections, different things like that. Maybe your player won't stay on. We've had that thing too. Kind of weird. It depends on the phone you have, obviously. But if you call in, usually everything's great. So it's also the best audio. So feel free to call in, just listen to the show. But if you want to be live on air, press one. We'll get to those calls in just a second. Who's all in the chat? Seeing if people are coming in here. I promoted all over the place, but people are not used to us being on here on Mondays. So this might be a very short show, but I just wanted to pop on. This is my thing for 2024. I would like to see a psychic talk show every day. And other than our custom shows, hosts that have their own private show, like Janice Fuchs Monday has Wisdom of the Soul, Magic Universe with Sharona Rapsik, The Angelic View with Maria Moss, Tarot Today, which was my show with Mary. If you don't know, Mary's on hiatus. She had to step down. I don't know if she'll be back, but she's gone away and come back years later too. So you never know. But we had put Tarot Today on hiatus, and then there's Compassionate Light on Fridays with Catherine Hahn. Yes, and for 2024, she changed her moniker to oh, now I forget because she changed it. What is it now? Spiritual Channel. Yes, because she was angelic channel and healer, but which she still does, obviously, but she does so much more than just channeling angels, archangels. So she wanted to be a spiritual channel. So we've changed the name. So those shows, and we're hoping to get more custom shows. That's when you have your own title. It's your show. You have your specific slot each week on a specific day, specific time, or maybe you do a show twice a month, like Maria Moss. She's on the first and the third Sundays, or once a month. You can do a show just once a month, like Mary used to do her crystal show. So while we're working on getting more custom shows on the network, I want to do for 2024 a show every day of the week. So we're going to do these generic shows, and what we're going to do is bring on members of the Tarot Guild, lifetime members, premium members, our certified members, other psychic advisors, astrologers, animal communicators, numerologists, and so forth, and just hang out here. And but today it's just me. Tomorrow I think Michelle Metheny is going to pop on, and whatever any other hosts on the network are welcome to pop on. And also, if you're listening to this and you are a lifetime member of the guild, especially or paid premium member or so forth, and you want to pop on the show and pull some cards with me, let me know. And I'll get you on here as well. Okay, so today's the 6th energy, 15th of the month is always that. 1 + 5 is 6. The entire date And I think it's something just going on this month with the new year, 2024, it's that world year of 8 energy. And when we add that to the 6 plus 1 for January and reduce it down, we get 6 again. It's a cool little thing going on this month. So it's that hearth and home, return to balance after the chaos of 5 or the high energy of 5. It doesn't have to be chaos, but it can, like I mentioned on the show yesterday, spiral down into that chaos pretty quickly. So, it's the energy of the nurturer today, and anything having to do with family. So, house and home, garden, relationships, kids, parents, uh, close friends, things along that, And so when I cut the deck to get the card of the day, I actually end up getting the cards of the day. I cut the deck to the heart of the matter and got the 5 of swords. There's that 5 energy from yesterday. Did you guys slip into a little bit of chaos, maybe? Well, that's why this card's showing up, lingering chaos. Swords are thoughts and ideas, though. And then the very next card is the Queen of Swords. So what's going on here is, um, as I laid them down, the next card was the Queen of Swords. She has her back to the 5 of Swords, and she's a sword as well. Thoughts and ideas, right? And it's all about clarity and um just looking at it that way critically, that the chaos from yesterday, anything lingering about that is just ideas, it's just thoughts that you can let go, you know and then I had to pull another card just to see, and got the Justice card. There you go, again with the sword, right? Okay, so it's basically a progression saying, if you're feeling it from yesterday, and probably a lot of us are, to look at it analytically and just realize that anything lingering is just thoughts and ideas, and then if you can do that, then you can let go of that, and then justice. Yes. So that's what's going on with the cards of the day. Numerology of the day. Tomorrow will be a 7-day. The Seeker is my favorite. Highest spiritual number in tarot. We'll talk about that with Michelle tomorrow. A little later in the show, if there's time, I'll talk a little bit about personal year numbers. So, I want to hit personal year numbers and the world year number on as many shows as I can, at least briefly, while we're here still in the beginning of the year, because it's oh so important to know where you are in the 9-year cycle, understand the world year 9-year cycle and where we are, and then be able to set intention going forward for the new year. Otherwise, if it's on the positive side, you could be missing out on benefits from your personal year and from the world year. And then on the negative side, because there's always the other side of the coin, you might be setting yourself up for trouble with some of the negative aspects of your personal year. So I want to talk about that, but I'm going to go to the phone lines and also take some questions from chat first. And then I tried to do that yesterday. On Saturday after the show, we had such a good time. Michelle and I was like, "Hey, let's do another show tomorrow." There was no show scheduled because Magic Universe is on winter break. Sharona's on winter break. So we're like, "Hey, let's just do an impromptu show," and then that's how we ended up. Hey, I'm going to do a show all week long. And so, trying to remember where I was going with that. um, Now I forgot where I was going with that. Oh gosh, see, this is why it's good to have a co-host, because they can tell you where you were when you went off on a tangent and got totally lost, and you don't know where you are. What was I talking about? Anyway, it'll come back to me, I guess. Or you can let me know in chat. What was I talking about? Katarina, help me out. First name, last name's in there as well. It's very quiet in the chat. Hoping some people will notice the live and join us. Doing a little shuffling here. But we'll come back to the personal year numbers. And I found I talked about personal year numbers for the end of the year, and I had a link for a cheat sheet with all the personal year information, like a little bit about each number. And it also applies to world year numbers. That's the beauty of it. Same thing, you know. So that's really cool. Really, really cool. I found it. I'm going to pop it up there so we can all do our personal year numbers. What's going on in the chat? I know last name, first name had a um yeah, that's what they put. And for their first name and their last name, they put first name, last name. And when when they came in, I said, "Hey, first," and they got a kick out of that because I called them by their first name. First name. Yeah. Okay. So, hi, I'm here early. Do you see me getting a second interview for this corporate coaching job I went on? Will I be hired? What do you see me going on? Oh, do you see me going on one more interview with them or two? Ooh, that's a lot in there. That's a lot. Let's see. Okay. Uh, so, I'm getting the heart of the matter card here. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so first name, the Hermit card. Yes. In this particular case, seeking mentorship, so anybody in the company that or anybody that's done this before, this isn't their first rodeo, that you could get a little bit of extra wisdom from. This is not answering any of the questions, this is just the heart of the matter that I pulled, and it's giving you a clue as to where to go with that. It looks like yes. I mean, I got the Four of Pentacles, which is a yes card. All right. And typically, you know, that can be about, well, usually it's finance, and usually it's, a windfall, or um, you've accumulated wealth from investments, things along those lines. But in this particular case, it's talking about the interviews. And it does look like you'll get another interview. And then right after that, the Ace of Cups. Yes. Potentially new beginnings. And it looks like something, whenever I get the cups versus, say, like the Ace of Pentacles or the Ace of Wands comes up a lot in career. But Ace of Cups, that's a little odd, right? No, it's not, because it's talking about, being emotionally fulfilled by what you're doing. And I like that you said, told me what it was, that corporate coaching, you know, coaching can be very fulfilling, even in a corporate atmosphere. So yeah, this is looking really, really good. Let me check something else here, because you were talking about um being hired. It looked, well, this is the thing. That heart of the matter card, I think there's something left to be done that you're not doing. And I don't know exactly what that is. Okay. But that's why this heart of the matter card is the Hermit, seeking wisdom from somebody, somebody wiser than me. Go find them. Um, they might be able to help you out. Somebody that knows about this uh, area of corporate work, corporate coaching, that knows, there's hope to be hired. But the reason why I'm not getting a strong, like a card that's obviously, yes, you're getting the job, the job. Instead, I'm getting the hope card because I feel like there's something left to be done. Maybe some corporate research, maybe some contacting folks in the company, writing thank you letters for the interview. I don't know. There's something. And so that's why, find somebody that's already done it, that knows the ropes, that knows what to do after your initial interview to get you that second interview. That's what's showing up. Um, one or two. Yeah. See, I really think you're going to get the second interview as well. Definitely the first interview. There we go. Okay, no, you had the first interview. I misspoke. First interview, you're definitely getting the second interview. I don't know about the third. However, when I pull a card for it, I get the three of pentacles. It looks like it. It looks like it, definitely. So hey, let's see what happens, right? And let's see. Oh yeah. So first name, last name said, yeah, we're used to seeing you with other people. Yeah, because this isn't about me. I run the Tarot Guild, have been doing so for 20 years. Psychic Talk, Psychic Cafe, this is all about promoting my members. So I'm just here as kind of like the host and the facilitator. Maybe that's a good term, the facilitator. I'm here to, get people out there that have services and products out to the general public, and that's why we do these mini readings and everything. Yes, it's our way of giving back, to the community, but also it's to show you how this works so that you'll want to then book my co-hosts for readings or myself, but mostly I'm promoting other people, and I've been promoting other readers for 20 years now, and online and on podcasts and radio and YouTube for 14 years. Let's see what first name, last name says. I just want it to go fast, but it's been slow. Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah. Because the new employee started this week and he's supposed to. Here, let me make this bigger so I can. I don't know what it is with YouTube, but the little heart thing down there where you can send hearts and happy faces and all that stuff like that. I'm doing it right now. But the thing is, it covers stuff, and I can't read what you're the last thing typed till somebody. Oh, I know. You know what? I'm just going to go dot dot. There we go. Lifts it up. He's supposed to give me the second interview, which is silly, I think. Yeah, but don't go into it with that attitude first. I'm going to say go into it really positive, be thankful you're getting the second interview, even if you don't think it's required, and just go all out excited, that you're getting the second interview. You want a good showing that way. Okay, so that's the only question we have going in the chat right now. So if anybody else pops in the chat, or Katarina, or if anybody's got a question, pop it in the chat there. We're going to go over to the phone lines. And by the way, this is a great time to call in 714-816-4628. That's 714-816-4628. Write that number down. It's good for shows all week long, all of the shows on the network. And I'll be back tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday. And hopefully Catherine will be here Friday. And Saturday will then be our 1000th episode, and we'll all be here. And then I'll be on with Maria Moss on Sunday. Monday, I have a MRI coming up at the VA, so no show next Monday. But Tuesday, guess what? We'll be back again. Yeah, we're gonna see if we can keep this rolling like that. Okay, let's see. Who's been waiting the longest? It looks like area code 310. Caller, are you there? What's your name? Where are you calling from? 310.
Yes, my name is Susan. I'm calling from Oklahoma.
Hey, Susan. Oh my God, I haven't had an Oklahoma call in like 5 years. How's it going there? Is it cold or?
It's very, very cold.
Yeah,
I'm
I was
glad
just.
I'm I'm glad I'm off today.
I was watching all the stuff on, TV, all the caucus goers, in the snow. What's that, Iowa? It's like, oh my God. I don't know how they do it. It's crazy. So what do
Pretty
you want to
silly.
chat about, Susan?
Yeah, I actually did get a second interview, and I'm just curious if you see this position being in alignment with my highest bid.
Oh, that's a great question. A lot of times people just throw out these, the normal mundane way of asking the question, right? But yours is it's a little bit more in depth, and it's, not just looking at the yes no of it. I think that's the way. Although I love
Right.
yes no, I love yes no questions. Most readers are like, no, we have to change the question into something more empowering and open ended. You know, they're afraid of yes no. They're afraid of timing. Also, a lot of readers are afraid of timing. I like yes nos, especially here on the shows, because I use a patented 5 card yes no spread for every single thing on the shows, because it's so fast. But it's not just yes no. I get all these cards, 5 cards, so I get all kinds of information beyond the yes no maybe kind of thing. Okay, doing a little shuffling here. Give
Okay.
me just a second here. Okay, cut to the heart of the matter. Is there anything creativity or communication or something like that with this, Susan?
It's an education.
Yep, communication. Okay. And that you have to be creative with education.
Well,
Yeah.
education. Yeah.
Yeah, education. So when I got
Okay.
the world card when I cut to the heart of matter. That's why I was asking, because 21 is 3, creativity and communication. The whole world is open to you. So even if this doesn't happen, don't worry about it. It's going to be good at
Well,
some point.
they offered it to me. It's up to me. So.
Oh, it's up to you. That makes sense. Okay. So
Yeah.
that's
So
so that's
they're
probably
waiting on my response.
that's probably why it showed up then. It's you figuring out, is this really for your higher good or not? Um
Right.
and I'm definitely going to have to say yes. So that's a good thing, right?
Okay.
That's a good thing.
Yes.
Um the heart of the matter card is the 2 of swords, so it's making the decision, for you to make the decision. The wheel of fortune shows up, turning in your favor. So if you take this, it's definitely going to be in your favor. Death card shows up, so this is a transition point. One door closes, another door opens. This is it's telling me it's a really good opportunity. Okay.
Okay.
Strength card shows up. That's 8 energy. That's abundance. Okay. And inner fortitude there. And then the 6 of swords. That's moving away from rough waters to calmer seas, with your goal being on the other side of the body of water on the next shore. And you're headed over there. Now, as to this question, do I take it? Okay. So with the 6 of swords, when I get that card, it's generally really positive. Even if it's slow, steady progress, the person's making progress and is going to reach their goal. But the swords are thoughts and ideas. It often, when I get this card, it's telling me that you're overthinking things.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the thing. I really think that you're overthinking it a little bit. And also, I think that's why the 2 of swords showed up as the central focus card. Because with the 2 of swords, not only is it 2 different paths she could go down, she has a blindfold on. And typically when that card shows up, a lot of the time it's saying that the person is unable or unwilling to make the decision. I don't think it's unable. I think it's unwilling. Why do I think it's unwilling? You're asking a tarot reader whether or not it's for your greater good. You should know this already, and I know you do. I know you have, that gut instinct. So, what's your gut telling you? Which, by the way, your gut is smarter than my gut because this is your question, not mine, right? So, I would listen to your gut instinct on this, and
Okay.
if you're having trouble making an absolute decision, it's probably because you don't like what your gut is telling you. And that could be either way. I don't know which it is for you, but it could be something like, okay, somebody gets this great opportunity, they're offered the job, but and it looks really great, but their gut is going, no, no, no. And they take it anyway, not listening to their gut instinct. And even though it looks fantastic, there could be underlying issues that you don't know about why you really should not take that job. Uh, the opposite could also be true, and only you know this. Maybe you're feeling the opposite. It looks really good, and you feel like you should take it and everything, but there's, you're just wondering about that, am I making the right decision? And anyway, um, I hope that helps you out.
Yeah, a little bit.
If it was
Yeah,
me,
thank you.
if it was me, I would just go for it. That's me. Because all
Okay.
the because all the cards are really positive. There's nothing negative showed up at all. Oh, and there's another aspect to
Okay.
it. In my I got 5 yes cards out of 5. That like never happens. So that's a big fat yes.
Okay.
So there you go. If
Okay.
you want if
Well,
you want to
that's
feel a little
very
better
good.
about it, if you want to feel a
Awesome.
little better about it, now you got to call me back and let me know what happened. Day 2, you working
I
there,
will.
there's tragedy, and you got to call Dax. Bye,
Okay, I
Susan,
will, Dex. Thank
and
you so
Happy New
much.
Year.
Bye. Happy New Year to you too.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh my God, I actually remember to say Happy New Year. I am so bad at doing that, or like around the holidays, uh, taking the phone calls, and I'm so concentrated on like working the switchboard, talking to the co-host, um, taking care, listening to the callers, taking care of their calls, things like that. Doing the readings that I completely forget to say, oh, and happy holidays, Merry Christmas, or whatever. Happy New Year. I remembered this time. Anyway, let's see what's going on. Is there anybody new in the chat? Boy, the chat is just quiet. And the phone lines are wide open. I'm going to take another call here. Area code 925 in just a second. There's one person listening to the show. Anybody else wants to call in, and remember to press 1 on your dial pad when you get through. Um, so that I know you want to be live on air with me. 714-816-4628. It'll be coming up on the scroll in just a second over here. It's coming across 714-816-4628 if you want to chat with me. Before I go to that last call there, real quick, I'm going to let you guys know what's going on at the Psychic Cafe. I should start doing that in the beginning of the shows. Let me know in the chat, first name, and Katarina's in there. I should say hello and welcome. Join me in the cafe. Because that's the whole concept, psychic.cafe. It's like grab your cup of tea or a latte and let's hang out and talk tarot and talk numerology and psychic development and mediumship and do some readings and things like that. Do some numerology. Awesome sauce. So here's what's going on. First of all, you can grab me a cup of coffee. Go over to psychic.cafe/coffee and you can grab me a cup of coffee. I actually Should have mentioned this in the beginning of the show, but me being by myself, and I haven't done this in a while, I completely forgot, to do this. Because we're doing a new thing for 2024. If you go over to psychic.cafe/coffee, put that in your browser, and you buy a cup of coffee, and you're going to listen to the show, and you're going to call in, and right before the show, you do that, or even during the show, if you let us know that you bought us a cup of coffee, we'll drop whatever we're doing and go right to your phone line. And of course, you have to tell us, hey, I'm on line 623 and area code 623. And what we'll do is we will, wherever you are in the caller queue, we'll jump you to the top of the list and take you right away, no waiting. So, like, we do the numerology and cards of the day. Sometimes we have a mini topic. We chat about what's going on with the guild and psychic talk and so forth. Before we start answering questions, taking calls, things like that. But if you buy us a cup of coffee, we'll drop everything and bring you right on. So that's something we're doing for 2024. And if you're listening to this in archive, think about that. Remember that for the next show. So send us a cup of coffee, go over to psychic.cafe/coffee, and then let us know. Message us on Psychic Cafe. You have to join the website to send an instant message, just like you would have to join Facebook free to send a message on Facebook. Same thing. Go over to Psychic. And by the way, it's www.psychic.cafe. There, it's not psychiccafe.com.net, something like that. .cafe is the domain extension, which is really cool. All you have to do is open a new tab in your browser, put in psychic.cafe, and it'll take you there. Click the green button, join free, and then you can go to my page or any of the other hosts' pages, and on their profile there, you'll see the little envelope. You can click that and send a message. Also, anywhere there's Messenger, like the top of every page has it too. You can click on the Messenger icon and do new message, type in our names, and you'll be able to send us a instant message. If we're not on right then, we'll get it as a private message and just say, hey, I bought you a cup of coffee. I'm going to be on tomorrow's show. My name is Joe, area code 352, and you get on first. So it's a really cool new feature, psychic.cafe/coffee. And then, as I've been mentioning, next Saturday, oh my God, we're all going to be on there, plus some special guests, past hosts as well, for our 1000th episode, the 14th anniversary of us being on air with our very first episode of Tarot Today, way back in January 20th, 2010. It's also my mom's birthday. And it's also the anniversary of us officially launching our first website. I think it was tarotguild.com back then. It's now thetarotguild.com. And it's the 14th anniversary of that as well. So the Tarot Guild's been around for 20 years, but it was 6 years before we went international and went online as well. So join us this coming Saturday, same bat time, same bat channel, as it were. And let's see, there was something else I was going to say about that. I'm so excited to see Rose and Vivian. And oh my God, there's so many people are going to, Dr. Rose Wilkerson too is gonna be there. Cooch Daniels, author Cooch Daniels. Lots and lots of great people are gonna be, joining us. Also, as it's the 14th anniversary of us launching our first ever website, we're gonna officially launch psychic.cafe next Saturday as well. So it'll be our newest website. Makes sense. And I want to mention we have the New Year's sale going on. It's our lifetime membership. Our lifetime membership is going on hiatus after this. We might drag it out maybe around Black Friday, in November or something like that for a day or two. But it's not going to be a regular thing like it has been all last year. We started as an experiment last January. People have loved it, but we can't afford to always do the lifetime membership, and it's it's dirt cheap. It's dirt cheap. So, our membership is typically like $4.99 a month, 40 or $47 a year, something like that. Um, but the lifetime membership is $297 and you're paid up for life. And right now it's 75% off, so it's only $78. That's right. Just one payment of $78. So we're gonna put it on hiatus. And when and if we do bring it out, it might be 2025 in January before we bring it out, but I'm thinking maybe Black Friday for a day or two. But it's gonna be $297. Yeah, we're not gonna discount the lifetime membership anymore because it is just, I'm sorry, it's just too good of a deal. $297. Plus, unlike our monthly or annual membership, with the lifetime membership, you also get my course for free. You get your certification for free, stuff like that, where you have to pay for all of that when you're doing the annual or the monthly membership. So jump on this while you can. I think I'm going to run it through the end of the month. If there's more call for it, I might drag it on a little bit longer, but pretty much January. And then after that, February, lifetime membership's gone. So go over to Psychic Cafe, psychic.cafe, right there on the community page. It's pinned, the post is pinned to the top. You'll see this banner. Click on that and you can grab that while it's still available. Also, my readings are half off for the new year. So I'll do your numerology report, talk about your personal year number, and pull cards with you on a live Zoom. Just go over to that same sale page. And if you want to type it in your browser, it's psychic.cafe/new year. Yep, it's that easy. God, I love our new URL. So short. It's doing thetarotguild.com/ blah, 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 for so many years. And it's like, oh, my God, I'm tired of that. This is like almost, those URL shorteners, tiny URL and bit.ly, bit.ly, it's kind of like that. It's so short, psychic.cafe/new year. Book a reading with me for half price, $49.99. Yep, $50 off. All righty. And then I did mention Compassionate Light. Catherine had to postpone last week's show. She'll be back on Friday and she'll be doing the topic. Don't get caught up in labels from what was postponed this last Friday, and also walking a mile in another's shoes. And you'll be able to call in and get free guidance from Catherine's spiritual channel. And of course, I will be on Sunday guest co-hosting with Maria Moss on the Angelic View. That's right. So that's all the stuff, coming up. We'll go back to the phone lines here. Oh, Alex came in the chat. What's to come in love for me? Okay, so I'll take that in just a minute, but I'm going to go back to the phone lines because we have area code 925. Caller, are you there? 925?
Hello.
Hi,
I'm
hon.
here. I
Hey,
am here.
thanks for
How are you?
waiting. Oh, I'm having a fun time all by myself
Sure.
on the air here. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
You're doing a great job. This is Teresa. I'm calling from Oregon.
Teresa from Oregon. I don't think I've had an Oregon call in 5 years either. This is the day. It was so weird yesterday because we were getting all these calls from like Canada and Connecticut. And
Oh, wow.
and we do get a lot of calls from Connecticut and from Canada too. Different places in Canada. But today is the day of callers that we don't normally get calls, from Oregon.
Oh,
Anyway,
okay.
so what's going on with you? Is it cold there?
It's a little bit chilly. It's not too bad.
Yeah, it's like here in
It's,
Tucson.
cold and then it's warmer and then it's cold.
Oh, it
Yeah.
got really down in the it got down in the 20s, but of course that was overnight and the mornings. A lot of 30s, 40s in the afternoon. Then we got up into the 50s. Now we're crawling back up in the mid-afternoon. We might hit like in the 60s, but it's still cold overnight, 30s or 40s overnight. Okay, I'm
Ooh,
shuffling,
chilly.
shuffling, shuffling. So why'd you call in today? What do you want to
So my
chat?
question is, well, my question is regarding my work. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty chaotic right now.
Oh, okay.
Trying to make changes and it's very chaotic, but I'm hoping to retire soon. So I don't know
Ooh,
what that looks like.
very cool. Very cool. So, how was it yesterday?
How was what yesterday? The weather?
No, the job. I mean, work was work more chaotic yesterday? I'm just curious.
Well, yesterday was the weekend. But
Oh, okay, okay.
they're starting they're
Some
trying
people some
they're just
people work on the
they're trying
weekends.
to no.
Okay. No, the only reason I was asking was because yesterday was the five energy and we had a lot of chaos. In fact, it came into today because I got the five of swords and I was wondering, because of that, I'm wondering who is it that's, feeling all that chaos. And anyway, you mentioned it being a little chaotic at the work here.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm pulling some
Yes.
cards. Oh, this is looking interesting. So, do you have a specific question around that, or are you just wondering about retirement?
I don't know if how long I'll be here. I'm hoping that it's sooner than later that I can leave.
Mhm. Yes, yes. Okay. Sooner than later. Um, well, for a timing card, I'm getting eight. Eight is abundance, by the way. And also as a timing number, I'm feeling, I'm not feeling weeks, I'm feeling months. I'm thinking 8 months. I mean, it could happen faster than that, but I don't know. I just feel like this dragging out. you know.
Yeah.
Um, Before I pulled these cards, I shuffled the deck and cut it, and I got the heart of the matter card, is what I call it, that I get after I cut. And I got the Ten of Wands, which is a card of feeling overburdened, making slow, steady progress to your goal off in the background there, but carrying an awful lot of wands. And I just feel like, that's how
Yes.
you're feeling. No wonder you want to retire. Now you're making the slow, steady progress towards it, but you're still, yeah, way overburdened here. Um, and then the nine of swords, that's the literally, keeping you up at night kind of thing. Swords is, with this many swords, again, like I said with the previous caller, overthinking it a little bit as well. In fact, that eight that I'm getting as the timing card is the eight of swords. And that's literally being surrounded by swords. So surrounded by thoughts and ideas. And she has a blindfold on. Um, she's bound up and everything, but it's very loose if you look closely. And a lot of people don't notice that all the figure has to do in the card is kind of wriggle her way, and like the bonds will fall off, and then she can reach up, take the blindfold off, and see the way out from among the swords, see the path forward. And so a lot of times that's the advice. It's simultaneously that, along with the nine of swords, showing how you're feeling about it and that you're overthinking it,
Hmm.
but also saying, this is the way. This is the way. And um it's showing up as the central focus card of the spread is the ace of swords, a new opportunity, and it's a single sword. We finally, after having eight swords, nine swords, we finally have one sword that is a single idea, thought, or expression. What it's saying is that, if Teresa, if you can kind of get focused on the aftermath, they always talk about the day after.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you need to work on to speed things up towards the retirement and to make sure everything goes smoothly and nicely, is to already be there. So in your mind, you
Okay.
already go to that point where you're retired. What is that going to look like? And you want to have this figured out, mapped out, write it down, get a crystal clear vision of it. And when I say vision, whenever I say vision, folks, on the air, I'm not talking about what it just looks like. I'm talking a 5 sensory, immersive, crystal clear envisionment. Maybe that's a better word. I don't even know if that exists. I just made it up, folks. Envisionment. And what it is, you use all your senses. What's it going to look like, smell like, feel like, taste like? I mean, look like, the whole thing, the whole ball of wax. And that will, like a magnet, draw you forward to that point in time. You put yourself forward into that point. By the way, this is how the law of attraction works. And you put yourself forward and visualize this envisionment, and then it sucks you towards it, and it clears the path, and it makes things smooth, like with your current work and everything. It smooths things out and makes the retirement process easier and everything. What most people do is they mark time, which takes forever. Even if you're retiring in, say, 6 weeks, it's the longest 6 weeks of your entire life of 65 years, if you're retiring at 65, just throwing a number out there. And what do they do? They mark time, they retire, then they try to figure out what to do. And they're like twiddling their thumbs and they don't know what to do. And they're lost. They get depressed. They try golfing for a while. They get bored out of their minds. You want to plan it and make it as if it already happened in that visualization now. That's the answer. Yes. And I don't know if maybe you already have it planned out. Maybe you want to, I want to travel. I want to do this. I want to start a new little business for myself. Maybe you already know. Do you already know?
Well, I'd like to take some classes and maybe or learn something new that I can do maybe part-time or do on my own.
Mm-hmm.
But with the work that I'm doing, it's so overwhelming. It's sucking up all
Yes.
my time
That's why this 10
that
of
it's
Wands is
difficult
showing
to.
up. 10 of Wands is all about the overwhelm. Go ahead.
It's just sucking me dry.
Right. And I understand that. I really do. And that's why also you're getting the 9 of Swords and the 8 of Swords. You feel trapped. It's like, I don't have time to do anything. The dirty little secret is we always have time, but you have to make the time. And I'm not talking hours and, studying for something now. You could still wait till you retire to do that, but you could still look at it a little bit. Take 10 minutes. Take 10 minutes. And the reason why I'm asking about
Right.
this is a couple of cards I got. First of all, the one I already mentioned, the Ace of Swords. This is that new opportunity. This is that thing you're talking about, that you would, something new that you want to do in retirement that'll keep you occupied, make you a little bit of money, maybe a lot of money. And this time, it's something for you, something that you want to do, as opposed to your current work, which is what they want you to do, and helping somebody with
Exactly.
you're helping
Exactly.
yeah, you're helping somebody with their dream, not your dream. And so I already told you about that card, but here's the card I haven't mentioned yet. The 6 of Cups. There's a lot going on with this. First of all, the number 6 in numerology is success. You're going to be very successful with this. Cups, emotions. You're going to be emotionally satisfied. You need to do something that is emotionally fulfilling, not just because it's a thing to do. Or in the past, before you retired, where it was like, I needed to do the muggle job, I needed to do the job to make the money. No, this is about something that's emotionally fulfilling. Also, the 6 of Cups is the nostalgia card. I know you said you want to do something new, but it could be something old, something very, very old. We're talking thoughts and ideas and things that tickled your fancy when you were 6, 7, 8 years old. And what I want you to do with that 10 minutes, I said, just take 10 minutes before you go to sleep at night. And when you wake up in the morning, hey, set your alarm 10 minutes earlier than you normally get up. Get up and write down any dreams you have, because you can set that intention as you're going to bed at night that, hey, I'm going to dream, and my higher self or my subconscious is going to let me know what that thing from that 6 of Cups that Dax was talking about is that I should be doing in retirement. And then when you wake up, have a pad and paper next to your bed so you can write this down, because dreams are fleeting and we forget. And I do it all the time. But see, this is the thing. Take 10 minutes also, before you go to sleep and after you wake up, and write down your dreams to contemplate this. What did I do or like or have a fancy to when I was 6, 7, 8? Try to think back to there. And there's something that's going to
Okay.
pop up. There's something that's going to pop up. And then what you're going to do is, when it pops up, you're going to look at different things around that you could possibly do. And you're going to do searches on YouTube, and you're going to go to udemy.com, and you're going to type it in and see what courses and things pop up. And it's going to get your mind moving in that direction. And then when it hits you what this thing is, then you're going to do something completely different. You're going to back away from the thing. And I don't know what it is: photography, painting, bowling. It could be absolutely anything. Flying airplanes, travel, I had a thing for Egypt when I was 8. I don't know what it is that you're going to come up with, right? But then you're going to say to yourself, what do people do around that interest area? Then you're going to take a step back and look at the big picture, and you're going to say to yourself, what is the problem, or the problems, the big problems that people in that area need to fix? And then how do I fix it for them? So,
Okay.
right, that's what you're going to do. And if you don't know how to do it, guess what? I mentioned YouTube and Udemy. Udemy, yes, you're gonna have to pay for courses. What, $10, $12? They're on sale all the time. YouTube is free. Everything and anything under the sun that's solvable has already been solved. Do not reinvent the wheel. Maybe you put your own spin on it, but go out there, find the answer, and voila, you have something to do. You can help other people, solve problems for people, and you get compensated as well, while even in retirement. Like I always tell people, I am never retiring. I'm going to, as long as I can shuffle a card deck, as long as I have a voice where I can be on radio and or on YouTube, I'm never retiring. I love this too much. I love helping people.
Well, I want to retire from this job the mundane job that I
Yes.
have when I say I want to retire, and I do
Get
want
rid
to
of the
be in
muggle
service.
job.
So you're correct. Yeah, you are
Absolutely. And
correct.
there is a big problem around something. The bigger the problem, the better it is. That's the value. See, the bigger the problem, the more value your answer to that has, you know? So, I can't, never on the spot can I think of really good examples, but I'm going to throw something out. So, like in your teenage years, you loved golfing. You were on the golf team. You stopped doing that, went into college, came out, went to work for 40 years. Now you're retiring and you were like, and you never did that again. And it comes back to you, oh, yeah, I did like golfing. Okay. And then you're going to start thinking to yourself, well, what problems do people have around golfing? Well, fixing the slice, right? Or the drive, or something like that. And then you're going to go, oh, how do people fix things like that? Oh, some people do hypnosis to fix their slice. I'm going to learn hypnosis to fix people's slice in their golf game, which doesn't sound like a big deal, but to golfers, it's everything, right? So there's a quick example of this process where you think of, what it is that I really enjoy, or at least used to enjoy. It may be something you still enjoy right now, but it may be something, like I said, from your childhood or at least teen years, but I'm thinking even before that, that really made you smile. And then you're going to figure out what people do around that interest. And then you're going to figure out what the problem is that they have around that interest. And then you're going to solve that problem. So there you go.
Wow.
Or it could be something where you're, or it could be something as simple as you're always solving somebody's problem, because what you're going to focus on is maybe you don't want to do that with that interest from your childhood. Maybe what you really want to do is you want to help people just in general. And so you're going to learn skills and abilities that allow you to do that. That could be becoming a psychic advisor and learning tarot and numerology. That could be becoming an NLP practitioner, life coach, and hypnotherapist. There's a lot of ways to help people. EFT, emotional freedom technique. Maybe you help people with, things they're emotions they're attached to, and doing tapping. There you go. There's a lot of things that you can do and be of service and have fun and enjoy it, as opposed to, oh, I have to do this because I have to punch the time clock and do what they want me to do. So happy retirement. I hope that helped you out, Teresa.
Thank you. It did. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you very much.
And now you got to call me back and let me know what that thing was that you decided.
Yes, I will.
and have
I
have
will.
a
Thank you so much.
bye and have a very happy new year. Remember, it's a world year of 8, abundance and prosperity. Set yourselves up right now for abundance and prosperity, everybody. Okay. And especially you, Teresa, because I feel that I got that 8 timing card, somewhere between 8 weeks to 8 months within 2024. You could retire and become very abundant. And when I say abundant, it could be the financial aspect. You could start doing this thing in retirement, and within, retire in 8 months, and then before the end of the year, make a lot of money. But that's not what I'm saying. You can also be abundant in your emotional fulfillment from this, and just, being happy again and not feeling overburdened and so forth like that. And by the way, whenever we have these shows and people call in and they ask these questions like Teresa just did, this message is for a lot of you. I know there's a lot of you out there. It's the beginning of a new year, 2024. I gave you a hint yesterday about compartmentalizing. Don't make to-do lists. I mean, yes, make the master to-do list, but go ahead and start making compartments of time and popping in those things into a schedule versus a list. Otherwise, you're never going to get them done. I know, because I am the world's greatest procrastinator on the planet. So there you go. Awesome sauce. Let me check what's going on in here. Oh, we have new people. Manor Gadar, or it could be Gadar. The reason I said Gadar is because there's two A's and the second vowel should make the first vowel long. Anyway, and then Butler's in there. Can I get a read? Hey, we're doing great, Butler. By the way, you don't have to get on a list or anything like that. All you do is just type in there, can you pull a card for me? Or if you have a very specific, that's for a general read, but if you have a very specific question, go ahead and type in the sentence. Also, Niqua, Niqua. Boy, I've never seen that one before. That is a gorgeous. I just like the look of it on the in the type there. Niqua. It could be something else, but that's what I'm going with. Yes, if you're new here, we butcher names here on Psychic Talk. Yes, and then we got some phone calls going on as well. Before we go to that, hey, I wanted to pop up there that URL that I was promising you guys earlier. So it's Psychic Cafe personal year numbers. So www.psychic.cafe/personal year numbers. That'll take you to the cheat sheet of personal year numbers. In fact, let me see if I can bring that up real quick. Personal year numbers sheet. And it's a little bit about each of the 9 numbers and things that potentially, could be happening that year, both negative and positive sometimes. Also, you can use this in addition to your personal year cycle. We all go through a 9-year cycle. You can use this for the world. The world goes through a 9-year cycle as well, a bigger cycle called the world year number, sometimes referred to by some numerologists as the universal year. And we are in 8. And I'm looking at here, be in the flow with prosperity and health. That's the whole thing. It's all about abundance with the 8. A time to reevaluate your finances and attitude on abundance, and not just financially, but all areas of your life, relationships and family, and just everything. Look for any blocks in this area that may have come from your past, family, or previous life, and work on releasing and letting go of those beliefs. Yes, beliefs that no longer serve you. We're also going to do that next year in the 9-year, which is the big letting go before we start in 2025. So 2020, trying to think here. 2023, 2024 is 8, 2025. So it's 2026. Yeah, that would make sense. 4 and 6 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. Okay, so the new year. So 2026 is going to be the year of new, when things, start out. Carry the number. Oh, we talked about this a few shows back. Carry the number 8 on a piece of paper in your wallet to remind yourself of abundance. And it's a bit lucky too. I can't find it right now, but I carry the 8 of Pentacles around. I am never going to be able to find that in all these cards. There's 78 cards to go through. So what I do is I take the 8 of Pentacles, which I absolutely cannot find here, and I take a photocopy of it. It could be any of the 8 cards, but I just like Pentacles because it's earth, it's abundance, material things, finances. I'm seeing every Pentacle card except for that card. 3 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, every single Pentacle card except. Is that it? 8 of. There you go. 8 of Pentacles. I take a picture of it, like put it on a copier and copy it, and then I cut it out, and then I put it in one of those plastic sleeves, where you can seal it. And then I put that, rather than the card itself. If you have an extra old deck that you don't use anymore. It's sitting in a drawer somewhere. You can pull the eight of pentacles out and put it in your wallet or your purse. But I just think it's, that's the easier way to do it. But I like taking a photograph of it. And if you don't have tarot cards or don't do tarot, just take a piece of paper, write a big 8 on it, fold it in half, stick it in your wallet, or don't fold it in half, have it in there with the money. So that way, every time you go in the money or go in to get your credit card, there's that 8. And that reminds you of the year of abundance. And you can say a little affirmation. Money comes quickly and easy to me. I always have enough, things like that. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about that real quick. As I said, we're in world year of 8. We go through these 9-year cycles, but we're all also in a personal year in somewhere in that 9-year cycle. And the way you figure that out is you take the current world year, which is 8. Anyway, and then you add that to your attitude number. Your attitude number is from your month and day of birth. So mine is June 16th, 6/16. 6 plus 16 is 22. 2 plus 2 is 4. So my attitude number reduces to 4. Reduction in numerology just means adding all the numbers together when there's more than one digit. So 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, you just keep adding together to get a single digit. And I take that 4 and add it to the 8. And what do I get? 12? Yeah. And then 1 plus 2 is 3. So I'm in a 3 personal year, creativity and communication. It's all about communicating and being creative. Of course, we do that all the time with the shows, but I'm even doing more communication because what? I'm doing a show every day. There you go. So go ahead and there it is. Go ahead and grab this URL, psychic.cafe/personal year numbers, and get your cheat sheet and figure out your personal year number. And if you want to ask me a question about that in chat or on the phone lines, feel free. And by the way, if I don't get to you today, tomorrow, I think Michelle might be with me. And we'll have a lot of fun on tomorrow's show. Also, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Catherine on Friday. There you go. So, okay, I'm going to turn that off. I'm also going to pop my page up there, psychic.cafe/DAX. If you want to get a hold of me, remember, go over to psychic.cafe, join the website for free. And then when you go to my page, psychic.cafe/DAX, that's my profile on the website. You'll see the little messenger icon show up. You can instant message me, ask me anything you want, and book a reading with me. But the best way to do that is the New Year's sale. I'll pop that up for a second. Psychic.cafe/New Year. Because on that page, in addition to our lifetime membership being 75% off, my readings are 50% off. So $49.99. You could book a full session. What does full session mean? That means I do instead of a short session, it's a longer session that includes your entire numerology chart. So we'll be talking about the world year number, your personal year number, and all the other numbers in your chart, and then pull cards, and we'll be on a Zoom call about that. And typically it only takes about 20 minutes to answer most people's questions. Sometimes we go, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, but I don't put a timer on it. So it takes as long as it takes, right? With the full reading. Now with my shorter readings, yeah. I mean, it's set as a 15-minute reading, 20-minute reading, whatever that one is. But the full readings, I don't put a timer on it. So there you go. Go over to psychic.cafe/New Year and book a session with me. All righty. What else did I want to let people know about? Oh, if you love this deck that I'm using, it's the gold foil version of the Waite Smith deck. You can Get it over at psychic.cafe/gold foil. People were asking about that yesterday too. All righty. So now you know how to do your personal year number. And we do have a phone call we're going to go to. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi.
Hey,
Hi there, Dax. I called the other day and you said to call back in. It's Donna calling
Donna
from Canada.
from Canada,
Hi.
that
Yeah.
far off foreign land, mystical Canada. Anyway, what
There actually is
happened?
a place called Canada.
It's a place.
I called the other day about job opportunities and you said that we needed to call back.
Yeah, to let us know if it came through, what happened with it, what's going on with that.
Oh no, I think you said that it would take more time to look into.
So what part of that? It's a little. There's so many calls that it's hard for me to remember the details of every call.
Yeah, no, that's
So
okay.
what
I
was
just
it?
looking one sorry.
What was it we were going to go into? Was it we said call back so we could go more deep into like maybe what that was, something like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to think how to do that. Um and yeah, it's hard because I can't remember I remember you and the call happening, but I can't remember what came up. So it's hard for me to figure
I
out.
think it was the Hierophant. I think it was the Hierophant that
Mm-hmm.
came up.
Okay. But it's hard for me to, remember the reading, the question, what happened, and then to formulate something
Yeah,
from
no,
that.
my question was just what opportunities are potentially coming forward. So
Mm-hmm.
where do I need to look?
Okay. Ooh, let's see if we can think about something, or I'm not think about something, but find something. Hmm. Oh, let's see. Now, um, I think we had another caller with a similar thing. And, typically what I say is it would take a longer reading. What do I mean by that? Okay, so the cards don't have on them specific things. Okay. Each card has an energy and it's a spectrum of meaning from a positive pole to a negative pole with a lot of gray in the middle. And they mean certain things and in combination mean other things. Okay. But they don't specifically say, like, you put a card down and it says, oh yeah, you're supposed to apply for a job at the car wash down the street. I mean, the cards don't have that stuff on them, right? So how do we do it? Well, what we do is we ask questions, read cards, clarify, narrow things down, ask new questions. Pull cards, clarify, narrow things down, ask questions. And this may take 40 minutes to an hour or longer to really narrow things down and to kind of figure out, because I'm not a psychic, even though I'm on a place called Psychic Cafe and Psychic Talk. Um, this, what I do is intuitive tarot reading. So yeah, I'm not going to close my eyes and see a particular thing. The most we can do is send you in a certain direction. Or if you have a bunch of possibilities already, envisioned, then we could pull cards on each one and see what would happen and kind of get a clue of which direction to go. Now, if you don't know those things to look at, that's what the longer readings for, where we're pulling cards and we are getting information that leads us to certain things where we can develop one or multiple possible things to go for. And then we can pull cards on those and find out which are the most promising. That's generally how it works. Now, here on the shows, when I've got 2 minutes with you, I'm, unless something miraculous happens, I am not going to get a specific thing for you to go for, Donna. And that's why I was asking, and saying, God, I wish I remembered the details of the call, because why would I tell you to call back in, unless I had a bunch of us here, some other co-hosts, and we could all pull it and maybe pull something out in that amount of time. And that's where my confusion was coming in, was like, why did I tell Donna to call back? Because what I really should have done was say, Donna, you really need to book a reading, because we can't get that level of detail on the radio show. Okay. But I'm pulling cards just to see what comes up and see if we have any direction that we can get you, because sometimes we get a little bit of direction to go in. I'm only getting one major arcana card. And oh, by the way, eight of wands, this could happen really quickly. This is a really fast eight. Again, eight is abundance and alignment with the world year number. And eight is typically things happening really fast. It also contemporary meanings, it connects with the internet, fast communication, podcasting, YouTube shows, anything happening on the internet, but it's things happening quickly and fast. But the major arcana card I wanted to get to was the judgment card. So this is the big cosmic wake up call, Donna. What it's saying is this isn't, or at least it shouldn't be, about finding the next muggle job. In other words, it's not about looking for the next thing down the road. This is the cosmic wake up call card. That's what I call it anyway. And it's Gabriel, blowing the horn. And he has blue on, which is calming. His hair is yellow, which is the color of possibility, the color of I'm trying to think of oh God, forget what I used to call it. It's positive possibilities. I don't know how to say it. It's escaping me right now, but it's the color of that openness, and blue being the calming color, and then the wings are red, which is passion and following your passion. So what I'm getting here is that whatever direction you're going to go in with this, that what is it that's going to be emotionally fulfilling for you? And in fact, that's the very next card, is the Queen of Cups, emotions again. Don't just look for the next job. Look at what you're passionate about. And like I said with the last caller about she's retiring and looking for something to do. And I tell everybody this, that you're going to make more headway if you seek out something that you're passionate about that's emotionally fulfilling for you versus just I'm doing work and I'm making money from doing work. Hopefully that makes sense, you know. So that's what the cards are saying so far. This
90 seconds.
Oh, we're going to stop live streaming in a second, folks. Just letting everybody know. It doesn't matter. We'll still be on here on the radio and on YouTube, but our live stream is about to end. So if you're listening on a player, hey, come over to the YouTube channel, Psychic Talk, and we're going to keep going. Okay. So you'll hear that countdown. Sorry about that, folks. 60 seconds, 10 seconds. Yes.
60 seconds.
I told you. There she is. Okay, so I was planning on ending a long time ago. I thought this was going to be a very short show because we don't normally do shows on Monday, and we didn't think we'd get any callers. But anyway, we're still here. So what I'm trying to say is this is something that could happen very quickly. It's supposed to be a big wake up call for you. That Queen of Cups, you need to be doing something more fulfilling. And so, as far as, what is this, your original question, what is the things I should be looking for and going at and applying to and or
10 seconds
or setting up or what have you, it's got to be more emotionally fulfilling. Now, the other thing about the Queen of Cups is she's all about psychic ability and listening to your intuition. So it's multi-layered here. It's one layer of what's going to be emotionally fulfilling to you. It's another layer of, hey, listen to your own gut instinct and intuition about what to go for. And then third, but not last is, or the least, is opening up to your own psychic ability. And that's the thing, maybe, that you should be going for and helping others. And then I get the King of Swords. So he's talking about, we just talked about all the emotions and everything like that. But he's, again, got the single broadsword, the single idea, thought, or idea. And this is reminding you again, and this came up with, almost all the other callers and everything, was narrowing it down from too many thoughts and ideas down to a single thing. Finding out what it is and then focusing on that and then running with that. And then that's showing up as the Knight of Swords. So he's got that single sword and he is galloping through. That is the fastest moving of the Knight of Swords. So you want to be fast about this, quick about it. You got the 8 of Wands showing that it's going to be fast. And it may have something to do with communication, teaching over the internet, podcasts, YouTube shows, radio, like we do on Blog Talk. But any communication, ebooks, writing that book, getting that out there, could be so many things. But it's not just finding a job. I think that's the big takeaway here. I think all of this was a big roundabout way of getting to, you got to find this thing, this single thing. Once you can get focused on the one thing, not, oh, I'm going to apply here to jobs or whatever, no, it's, you get that one thing and you run with it, whatever that is. I don't have specifics for you, but I think it's saying that I feel like you're looking in the wrong place. In other words, you are looking at the way you've always worked, the type of medium, the type of job, the area of expertise, I've always done it this way. I've always worked for this type of company. I've always worked. Oh, and that's a big one. I've always worked for somebody else instead of doing my own thing. which is the big cosmic wake up call that maybe that's not what you're supposed to be doing, especially, those red wings there, crimson, following your passion. Are you following your passion in what you're doing? If you are, yeah, keep going with that. But if you're not, maybe this is the time to start thinking about that, Donna. So I don't know if all that helped you out. I
Yeah,
hope
I think.
so.
Yeah, that
Yep.
did. Yeah, it was good. All right. Thank you very much.
Right. And so now I'll set it for the future this way. Uh, and I'll have to definitely remember this call, right? Donna, I'm going to say, feel free to call back in, down the line. It could be a few days, could be a few weeks. What if you do come up with some things and you need some direction, call back in. We'd love to help you out.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Awesome. And happy new year, abundance and prosperity to you in this world year of 8. And everybody out there, well, we've stopped live streaming, but we are still on the radio with the radio phone banks. So they will be able to hear the recording of this. And we're still on YouTube. And let's see. Wow, what's been going on in here? So Butler and Alex have been messaging things, but then message retracted. Okay. So I don't know what's going on in there. Did someone have a question? um, let's see. So, I remember Manor Gadar was going to ask a question. And I said, go ahead and put it in, but yeah, there's nothing in here. All right. So Nikwa, Shaniqua. Oh, I like that. Want to know, will Todd and I get into a romantic relationship, or how does he feel towards me? We get that all the time. How does he feel towards me? You know, you probably already know that, right? Oh, Nagar's here. Hi, Nagar. Nagar, what is Juan? What is Juan what? Yeah, let me know. I'll get to you in a sec. Um, and this is not one of my favorite types of questions. I'm going to tell you right off the bat because it's almost psychic peeping Tomming. How do they feel? If you're in a relationship with somebody, you should already know how they feel about you. Come on. Otherwise, you got bigger issues. I mean, that's just my feeling on it. It's like the people that, call into a psychic and it's like, am I going to get married? Hold on. Yes. Goodbye. It's like, how does that help anything? Am I going to get married? Well, you didn't ask who you're getting married to, where you're getting married, when you're getting married, what you need to do in order to find the person you're going to get married, all the pertinent questions. So, I feel like, and maybe it's just me, but I feel like there's a lot of people addicted to psychic readings and they call in or they write in and they're constantly, how does Jamie feel about me? I wouldn't worry about that. I put my focus on just putting the love out to the universe. How you want to feel, put that out and see what you draw in versus a particular person and how they feel. I don't know. It just struck me that way when I saw your question. We'll pull cards on it, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just in that mood today. It's probably because I'm by myself on air, so it's like I'm just gonna say whatever comes out, comes in my head and pops out. Mm-hmm. So first of all, okay, multi-layered again, Queen of Wands, that's you. He sees you, if you're asking, what does he feel about you? He sees you as, passionate, independent. There's that cat down there, the little black cat, little symbol of independence. Yeah. He sees you that way, as strong, independent. Some guys can't handle that. I'm just going to throw that out there. Okay. Now, is there possibilities? I'd say so. 10 of Pentacles. Yeah. 10 of Pentacles. That's when um it's family abundance. It's when trying to remember how to put it. It's like when we, due to actions we made in the past, um we're reaping the rewards in the present or future. It's legacy. So that's a good card to pop up as far as, relationships go. So I think it, yeah. And I think if there's any problem with this, what it comes down to is, oh my God, I'm getting a lot of twos. So 2 of Swords, and this came up with a previous caller, and I mentioned how it's like, oh wait, it might have been on yesterday's show. I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, recently we had a caller and this card came up, and she's blindfolded and she's holding 2 swords. So that's 2 different thoughts and ideas, 2 different paths to go down. And again, there's only 2 possibilities here. The person is unwilling or unable to make a decision. So, as far as going forward with any potential relationship, I don't know whether you're like already actively in a relationship with this person, or with Todd. Was it Todd? Yeah, I think it was Todd. Or, you know, someone, you or him, is unable to make the decision to move forward with this or something like that. And then another 2 card. By the way, 2 is relationship energy in numerology, but it's also making decisions. It's also mediation between people. So with the 2 of Pentacles, obviously he is, juggling things. Um, Typically when it's Pentacles, we're talking about finances, but it may or may not have to do with finances with the relationship or a potential relationship in the future. It very well could be that's the block, but it also could be just juggling things. You know what I mean? And that may be the problem, along with either you, him, or both of you unwilling to just move forward, unwilling to take the blindfold off, pick the path, and move. Um, that's what's coming up. Uh, Katarina said her yellow is happiness. Yes, yellow's happiness. And it's, positive possibility, and there's another word, and I'm just having a senior moment where, like, I cannot think of that word right now that I always use when I describe the color yellow. It's like optimism. Maybe that's it, optimism. I still think there's another one that I'm not getting, but yeah, optimism. Happiness too, definitely. All of those sunflower. She's holding the sunflower in the what is that? The Queen of Wands, and then the what's the other one? Get drawing a blank here. I don't know why. It's that way today. I'm just having mind blocks on words and cards and just, different things. Very strange. It's the Sun card. That's the one I was thinking of, which I cannot find. of course. Yeah. When you're looking for things, I need a set of buttons here where I push the button and it pops up on the screen. I have 78 buttons and go Sun card, and it just pops up, so I don't have to like look through the whole freaking deck. Uh, see if I can find it real quick, because some of you might not have seen this. I don't know how, because everybody has seen the Sun card. Woo! At the end of the deck, of course. There we go. Okay, Sun card, and you see, the big fat yellow and lots of yellow tones, and then even though that's supposed to be a white horse, and then again with the sunflowers, yellow back here, lots of optimism, happiness. There we go. Okay, that card actually hasn't come up for me in a reading in quite a while. I don't know why. It's not that people are not happy or not optimistic. So Katrina, I keep calling you Katrina, Katarina, which actually I like that name better, but if you have time, do you see a move to California? Okay, so we're gonna do that one. Might have time for one more. I know Nagar had something about Juan. He or she was asking about Juan. Potential. Katarina said potential. The more I think about it, I think it's just optimism is what I was going for when I had some people say brain fart. I call it a senior moment. Let's see here. Going to California. Okay. So, oh, okay, that's looking really good. Let's see. Hmm. Hmm. Well, it's very strange. Da, 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 da. So this is one of those really weird moments. So I got the full card, and that literally for me just says go for it. Take the leap. Yep. Just go for it. Now, when I did it as a yes, no, um, do I see a move for you? I'm getting 4 no's and the one yes, which was the very first card, the full card. So when I saw the full card, I just went with, yeah, just go for it. But then I got the King of Cups, the Knight of Swords. These may be individuals that either could help you with the move, or more than likely, might be what's holding you back. That there's individuals. Then there's the Seven of Swords. Seven is the seeker. We're going to be talking about that tomorrow on the show. A lot of swords. He's, stealing away with all these thoughts and ideas and other people's ideas and thoughts. So there's something going on with that. And typically with the Seven of Swords, it can often be behind the scenes. So I don't know what's up with that, Katarina, but bizarre, And then lastly, I get the Three of Pentacles. So 3 is an odd number, 7's an odd number, and the 2 court cards, those are all no's. It's scary. But when I first shuffled and cut the deck and got the Heart of the Matter card, Ace of Wands, new opportunity. Just again, it's like a just going for it thing, but it's following your passion because it's Wands. All right. So even though I got all these no cards, with the full card and the ace card, I still think it's a yes. But this is the qualifier. This is what's going on with all these no cards is it's all up to you. It's all up to you. So it's a really great idea to do it. It's you seem to be passionate about this move to California. The full card says, go ahead, take the leap. And, it's a traveling card. He's got his traveling staff on which he has his bag of stuff, and he's moving forward, about to take the leap off the cliff. And that's what you got to do. It's like pulling the Band-Aid off, just do it. But I think why I got these other cards is to say that if anything holds you back, it's going to be you not taking the leap forward and not just, going for it with these cards. Instead, you may be listening to people that are, oh, set. Yeah, that's the core cards, oh, and by the way, double meaning, here's that Knight of Swords. And again, that was one of the no cards. And it's a person potentially in your life right now that might be holding you back for some reason. It's like you don't want to move because he's where you are now, or somebody, family, friends, somebody in your life saying, no, don't go, don't move to California, that kind of thing. But also, tarot is super multi-layered. So another message from this for me is yet again another version of that Ace of Wands and the Fool card. Just go for it. It's taking the single idea, the sword, and just, this is the fastest moving of the knights. Got it in an earlier reading, and it's like, just go for it. Don't listen to these people. Conversely, they might be showing up because they're people that can help you with this. But then, I don't know what this Seven of Swords necessarily means. Ultimately here, lots of thoughts and ideas with that many swords. Maybe you're overthinking this a little bit. Whenever I get a lot of swords, which a lot is, 4 or 5 or more, typically it's 6 of Swords, 7 of Swords, 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords is the worst. That's like overkill. But it's like, yeah, are you overthinking something? So let's see. Yes, my passion is there, she says. I can think of one person who is holding me back, but it's a woman. Yeah, it doesn't, just because it's a male figure on the card doesn't mean anything. It's what's that, that person has this particular kind of energy. And I don't think they're doing it. I'm not getting that they're doing it in a bad way, like it's a negative thing. They're looking out for your best interest, but what they think is your best interest is not necessarily your best interest. So beware of any sneaky things going on in the background, people working against this effort. That's what I'm getting. Okay, so we are at the end of the show here. Let me just double check in the caller bank if we have any more calls. Nope. No more calls in there. Do we have any more questions? Oh, we had Nagar's. What is Juan, he's a Virgo, feeling and desire towards Sahar? So that's like sounding like a, worse than what I was talking about earlier when we're doing psychic peeping Tommy. At least if one of the two parties is asking the question and we can kind of work around, the ethical dilemma, because we're just looking at you and your reaction. And it's so, but if you're asking about two other people and what that person thinks about that other person and so forth, I'm not feeling comfortable with that. Not feeling comfortable. So what I typically do with things like that is I go in the direction of what do you need to know, kind of thing. Okay, so it looks like it's going to shift. So I'm getting the strength card again. Boy, this card keeps showing. I swear I'm shuffling. 8 is abundance. It's looking really, really positive. Got to have inner fortitude, and there's a big thing about patience with this card. But a new opportunity shows up, the Ace of Swords. I don't know what that means in reference to the situation. We'd have to talk about it more, but just know that things are shifting. Whenever you get an ace, there's two things going on. It's talking about the new opportunity, and because of the suit, it's talking about in what area. But what people always forget is with new opportunity means something else has changed or dropped away or we're letting go of or something like that. So there's a shift that's happening, and that may be really, really good. You'd have to tell me. I'm not psychic that way. I get intuition on things. Okay. Somebody told me you got to stop saying that, and I'm going to try to stop saying that from now on. I'm not going to say I'm not psychic because people are like, but you're on Psychic Talk and you run a website called Psychic Cafe. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm a tarot reader and numerologist, and you don't have to be psychic to do those, especially numerology. You don't have to be psychic at all. Intuition helps to figure out what aspect of a number. Intuition helps with the meaning of the cards you're looking at, but you don't necessarily have to be psychic. But I know the general public, you guys out there, you all lump it all together: astrology, numerology, tarot, mediumship, clairs, all the clairs, clairvoyancy, everything, pet psychics, everything is psychic. But it's not, folks. It's not. Astrology is a science, and it's mathematical, and it has to do with alignments and astronomy, and it has nothing to do with being psychic. It doesn't really. No, there's a lot of astrologers that think it does, but I'm here to tell you it doesn't. Same thing with numerology. There's nothing psychic about numbers. Numbers just are, and we calculate them based on certain things. And yes, there's an intuition about in a chart of numbers how they relate to each other, where you get the full picture of the person. And if you're comparing the chart between multiple people, two or more people, how does the numbers in this chart relate to the numbers in that chart? Where do they come together and have alignment? But where's the challenges and things like that? And it may take a little bit of just wisdom in general and understanding the numbers really well, and also just a little intuition if there's multiple possible meanings, which direction to go. And the same thing happens with the cards. By the way, I got the Six of Cups. The nostalgia card came up yet again, Nagar. I mean, this came up once or twice today. So it's the nostalgia card. So I don't know if the two people have known each other for like a really long time, or there's an aspect of that. So that's another thing to take a look at. Sometimes what happens is our thought from the past about the person or the situation is a little bit colored by nostalgia. So there's an impracticality there, and an illusion. They might be seeing a really positive, I don't know how to put it. They're looking at it through rose-colored glasses, and that could be an issue. That's kind of coming up here. So, and now as far as the original question, and like, does he have desire for her and stuff like that, I'm not going to answer that. I'm sorry. I There's plenty of people out there that will pull cards on that. I'm not one of them. Yeah. It's just part of my personal ethics. I don't read for third parties. In fact, I don't even if it would, like with that previous question, where she was asking about, was that you, Katarina? Or was it, I can't remember, but it was asking about this other person in their life. Even if it's somebody in your life and you're asking about you and them, I don't necessarily want to answer, what does he think about you or feel about you or something like that. We call that psychic peeping Toming, you know. Anyway, this is the end of the show. We're going to get out of here, but we'll be back tomorrow. And wow, another couple hours. We may, I set the timer for 90 minutes. I was only going to do 60 or less. Whew, I might have to increase the timer on that. Anyway, but thanks everybody for joining me and hanging out all this time with me. It was a lot of fun though. And I'll see you all tomorrow.